Mark 11:13-14. And seeing in the distance a fig tree covered with leaves, Jesus went to see if he could find any fruit on it. For in the fig tree the fruit appears at the same time as the leaves. Now, prior to this, or perhaps it's in another one of the Gospels, it says, and being hungry. Jesus was hungry, and he saw the fig tree in the distance, and he saw the leaves on it. So he went to it to get something to eat, because when a fig tree has leaves, it's supposed to have fruit. But he found nothing but leaves, for the figs had not come into season yet. And he said to it, no one will ever eat fruit from you again. He cursed the fig tree, and his disciples were listening to what he said. Now, we read a lot of stuff in the Bible we don't understand, and sometimes we need to camp on top of it for a while and see what God will give us out of it, because there's some amazing lessons in here that we miss if we just gloss over things and read them. Chances are even some of those things that I've already read you've read them hundreds and maybe more than hundreds of times, and yet you didn't get out of it what we got out of it here tonight. And so I used to feel sorry for that fig tree. I used to just think, now why would it's not fair to curse the fig tree. It wasn't the fig tree's fault that it didn't have fruit. But here's the lesson that I get out of that. A lot of people in the world are hungry. They're hungry for answers. They're hungry for peace. They're really looking for Jesus, but you are the only Jesus they're ever going to see. We are the only Jesus they're ever going to see. Most people who need Jesus are not going to church to find him. They sit across the aisle from you at work. They go to school with you. They're in your neighborhood. They're in the grocery store where you shop. And you may have a bumper sticker on your car, and maybe you wear a piece of Christian jewelry. Last night I had a real nice cross on. I got a little thing on up here that represents love. We can carry our Bibles and even keep our Walkman in our ears with all of our Christian music playing. But you know what? That's all just leaves. What people are looking for is fruit. You will know them by their fruit. If you want to, you can even take all the Christian jewelry off and just walk in love and be patient and be joyful and be kind. And at least if you're going to wear the stuff, put the fruit to go along with it. Don't just look like somebody that might be able to help them because you got a bumper sticker on your car, but then when they come to you, amen? Interestingly enough, Adam and Eve tried to cover up their mess with leaves, and that didn't work for them either. Come on, we need a little bit more than leaves if we're going to impress the world. We need to have really good fruit. And you know what? Nobody knows what kind of fruit they got till it's squeezed. You can go. I did this one time. I went to the store and I was hungry and I bought an orange and I paid $1 for this orange, and that's been probably 20 years ago, so that was a lot of money for an orange. And I got that thing out to the car and I was so hungry, and I broke into it and it was dry and tasteless. It looked pretty on the outside, but it was so dry and so tasteless. Well, many times our lives are like that. We look pretty on the outside. We got the outfit on. We got the bumper sticker. We got the right jewelry. We got the right Christian lingo. We go to the right church in town. We go to the biggest church in town. When somebody squeezes our fruit, it's another story. I tell you, one of the guys that works for us, he got his fruit tested this morning, and I'm glad it was him and not me, because I'm not sure I would have passed the test. He went to get Dave and I some breakfast, and it was 10 minutes past the time he was supposed to be back with it, and finally he called, and he said, I'm still trying to get this order right. I've had to send it back 3 times. And so I had to know. I asked him later what the story was, and I mean, he asked for certain things. You know, I wanted extra eggs and no meat, and Dave wanted something else. I mean, long story short, we had no extra eggs. We had meat. Dave's was on the wrong bread. I mean, he had to literally send the girl back 3 times to finally get the thing right. Well, I was just laughing my head off when he was telling me the story. I thought it was hilarious, but I can tell you if it would have happened to me, I wouldn't have been laughing. Come on, don't wear a cross around your neck and then get in the checkout lane at the grocery store and have some kind of a fit of impatience because the clerk is new and she's not quite getting the register right. Come on, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Amen? So, let's make sure that we've got fruit and not just leaves.
We hope you enjoyed this teaching. To get more from Joyce, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing.